This is Norn for A-Game TV, and we're at the A-Game 8th Annual Father and Son Day Carnival. Well, let's talk to some of the fathers out here. Well, here comes a grandfather at least. Can you come over and say a couple of words for A-Game?
Dad, can I have this?
Boy, put that down.
You want to talk to me? Ooh, this 28-year-old body sure don't work like it used to.
28? You look more like you're 78.
Dad, can I go in there?
I can't afford that.
Can I have this horse?
Oh, you done broke the merry-go-round.
Dad, can I have this?
Come save me down here today. This boy done took all my energy.
Wow, you really should try A-Game. It's an all-natural solution that's gonna give you the energy and pep you need to keep up with that young whippersnapper you got there.
Can I have this?
Oh, who gonna pay for all this? Hey, can y'all take a two-party out-of-state check?
Here, try some. Wow, that really turned you into a super dad.
Yeah, and with all this energy, I'm really about to enjoy my father's time.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another super dad. This is Norin for A-Game TV signing off. Remember, stay on your A-Game.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello everybody. We got an interesting show for you guys today because we are talking about the arrest of Angel Guice. I hope that's how you pronounce her name. Black lady got arrested. The video's going viral for the last few days. She got arrested in Atlanta, is what I realized. They were in Atlanta, and she got arrested over a citation or a ticket. Now I'm going to show pretty much in large chunks the video, which is basically the body cam of the arresting officer. And what I want to point out is this is what I've been talking about. Black women can't live these feminine, soft lives because you be too busy making life hard for yourself. You've drank the Kool-Aid. You've drank the feminist Kool-Aid, the entitlement Kool-Aid, the so-called women's empowerment Kool-Aid, where now you believe that you got smoke for anybody, everybody. Thank you, Too Tall, for kicking off the contribution. Thank you so much. You got smoke for people when you shouldn't have no smoke. See, this is all part of Black female hyena culture, to be defiant because somehow, some way, you aren't supposed to face any consequences. This is where feminism has gotten us. This is where the gynocracy has failed women by not giving proper consequences to women when women act out of line. So now there's an air of, I don't have consequences. I don't have any accountability. I can do what I want, when I want, how I want, to whom I want, and no one is really gonna say anything or has anything to say unless they want to be labeled a misogynist or a racist or any one of the things that I want to use in my repertoire of victimhood. Thank you, Cedric. Thank you so much for your contribution. I really appreciate you guys' contributions. So, without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. And we're picking up the video after the officer, because the officer had his body cam on from the very beginning before he really approached the couple. So thank you, Rob. So we're starting with when he approaches the couple as to what he wants.
Got your IDs on you? But how you doing? Hello. All right. Well, I see the Ohio time. I'm not sure if y'all from here or not, but you can't be inside the park in the city of Atlanta between the hours 11 p.m. 6 a.m.
Okay.
You got your IDs on you? You have your IDs on you?
Yes.
I'm gonna need them.
Okay, before I let this go on, if for those of you who couldn't hear it, he's saying that you can't be in the public park after 11 p.m., which I assume is that way everywhere, since it's that way here in Chicago as well. You cannot be in the public park areas after 11 p.m. Typically, the police will simply tell you to leave without issuing any type of ticket or asking you any other really questions. As long as nothing's actually going on and you seem compliant with them, they kind of wait until you leave. They sort of almost escort you out. So as long as you don't give them any trouble, they will just simply let you go. However, what people need to understand is that the police don't always have to do that. There's typically signs to let you know that you cannot be in the park. I know that there are big signs here in Chicago at the park, and also police officers have a quota of tickets and things like that they're supposed to fill. So you might actually get a ticket for a small infraction like this. So also side note, why do y'all chicks want to wear bodycon dresses when you don't got bodycon bodies? Okay.
You have your ID now? All right, just stand by. I'll be right back with you.
I'm letting it play out. I know it's about a minute and a half in. I'm letting it play out. He's actually writing up the ticket, so it's kind of speeding up that process. I'm going to skip forward just a tad bit so that you can see it. And thank you, dear Philip J., for your contribution as well. Thank you so much. And thank you, You Can't See Me. Said the Gemini consultation is priceless. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Let me fast forward a little bit.
All right, sir, like I explained to you, you can't be in the park at night. You're just going to receive a simple ticket stating that you was in the park at the hours. All right, leave you the sign right on that.
What am I signing over? Is it a charge or anything, or is it
Just a ticket.
And I have to sign it?
You can not sign it and go to jail. It's this one here.
This one here, sure.
Now, you see how easy that went? Now, you know, again, you can say it's petty for him to go ahead and give him a ticket, but it is what it is. Sometimes stuff is what it is. You know what I mean? Things are inconvenient. Okay, you know, it's like, okay, whatever. So he explains to the man that you can sign the citation and go about your way, or you can get arrested for refusing to sign a citation, and that'll be, you know, I'll have to take you into the station. You explain what was going on. The guy, you could tell that the guy didn't like it. You could tell that, you know, he's annoyed by it, which I would be as well. Most people would be. But he goes ahead and signs it because it's like, you know what? It's more trouble than it's worth to not sign it. Now watch what she does.
All right, that's your license. Copy of citation. You have any questions? That's what it is. Come over here for me, ma'am. Can you come here, ma'am? All right, so you're going to receive a ticket for being in the park after hours. All right? Just need to sign right here on the X.
But because we're out of, didn't you say we were out of time so we wouldn't have known that?
Yeah, but that's not a valid reason why you should be in the park because you're from out of town.
And what's your badge number?
7452.
Now, she already mad. She already mad. Thank you, D. Said, sorry, Crimson, this officer's petty, just a buster. And like I said, we can say he being petty. I can see that side of the argument. Just let him go, you know. But they don't got to. Even if it's a small infraction, they don't really got to. Even if you're from out of town, there's usually signs posted. And if there are no signs posted, you know what you do? You sign a citation and then you contest it. You contest the ticket. If you feel like you have a leg to stand on, and if you feel like the officer was wrong for issuing you a citation or a ticket, and you don't feel that by law you should have received that ticket, there's always an option on any ticket, parking ticket, speeding ticket, whatever kind of ticket you get. There's typically an option to contest the ticket by mail, by phone call, or in person. You can come down to the courthouse, contest the ticket. If the arresting officer or the ticket issuing officer doesn't show to the court, the judge will typically just throw it out. If you have a leg to stand on and your contesting is by law, you know, you're right, they'll throw the case out most likely. And that's how it is. A park ticket couldn't have been more than $50 to $100. Inconvenient, yes. Petty, yeah. But this is even more petty. So we can already see her attitude. She already got an attitude. She's already, okay, let me come back to you guys. I'm going to come back to y'all for a minute because we really do have to talk about this. We really do got to talk about this. Thank you, Stephen, and thank you, Norrin. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. We got to talk about her initial attitude that she's about to show. Just because we didn't know we out of town, and that may be so, but y'all what, in y'all 30s or whatever, in a public park trying to feeling on your booty, you know, you letting a dude feel on your butt in a pub, like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, just deal with it. Like, just deal with consequences. Just do it. She failed to do two things, which would have made her time much easier. She failed to do two things. The first thing she failed to do was follow her man's lead. See, she couldn't submit either to a lead or an order. This is where that strong, independent streak BS makes your life harder than what it is, than what it's gotta be. You intensify situations because you don't have any foresight, and your insight is bad because you don't have a lot of femininity. So your insight is stupid too. This could have turned out a myriad of ways way worse than what actually happened. Thank you, Maverick. Said petty or not, how you ask for a badge number like he did something wrong. Exactly. You get the badge number when you feel as though your rights are being violated by the officers present. Then you go ahead and you start asking for names and badge numbers. Because even though I might deal with the situation handily right now, I'm gonna probably bring this to a court of law and or your superiors. Okay? Because I feel like this interaction is a violation of my rights. We have that option. It's there. But she failed to do, like I said, two things. She failed to follow the lead of her man, and she failed to submit to an order from an officer. So independence, this is what this gets you. This is what I'm focusing on, because it made a silly situation into a serious situation that could have been a deadly situation. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you, Micah. So this is not about who right or who wrong, but what is right and what is wrong. Her attitude in nature has no humility, no respect for authority. Low key, he should have got a hotel. So she failed to follow her man's lead. He signed it. Was he annoyed? You could tell he was annoyed by it. Here's some money out my pocket. Whatever. He goes ahead and signs it. Why? Why does he sign it? Why does he sign it? Thank you, good girl gone old man. Says she probably thought he was weak because he didn't buck at the police. That's probably it too. That, you know what? Not even probably. That was part of it. Because he didn't get belligerent with the officer, she probably thought he was being weak. And she was going to be the strong one. She was going to be the one to stand up to the powers that be. She was going to be the one to actually stand up to the police, because the black man don't stand up to authorities and But it wasn't reason to. The reason why the man signed it is because whether it was petty or not, whether he was annoyed at the situation or not, he weighed the options. I can either sign this citation, as petty as it may be, and I can go about my night. Okay? Black men do not have a good rapport with police officers in general. Doesn't matter that the officer's black. So his concept is to get away from this situation as quickly and as painlessly as possible with as little of confrontation as he can. Thank you, Child of Light. So 4 words, Terrence Howard in Crash. He's trying to just diffuse the situation. I'm not going to do anything that escalates, because typically me being a black man in a situation with officers that escalate usually won't end well for me. So since I know that in the back of my mind, let me just do as he asks. It's not that bad. Let me go ahead and sign a little stupid ticket, take the ticket, go head on. That was her cue to do the same. A lioness would have done the same. She would have taken her cue from her man. He signed it. So let me sign it. Let me shut my mouth. Let me reserve my opinion for later on or something. I might can vent to my man, or we vent to each other or whatever. But right now, as a lioness, as a woman, I need to follow the lead of my man. He signed the ticket. Let me go over there. The cop is going to explain what's the ticket, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let me just sign the dang on ticket so that I can go about my night with my man. End of. She couldn't do that because hyenas are masculine, and they always gotta jump into their masculine energy. She trying to jump into problem solving. Don't nobody need you to solve the problem. Your man already solved the problem. He already showed you how to solve the problem. Simple. Doesn't matter if you feel annoyed. Doesn't matter if you feel like the police officer was being petty. Doesn't matter if you feel like he should have let you go. All of that is water under a bridge now. All of that doesn't even matter. It's not even relevant right now. It's not even relevant. Thank you, Jawar. Said you are a superstar, saving black people one voice at a time. Thank you so much. Thank you, Firefox. See USC Title 18242, deprivation of rights under color of law. See Maine versus Thibodeau. Crimson, please give me your email. Somebody post my email in the chat for me. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You got to count your money when you're sitting at the table, okay? Your man already did problem solving in front of you. Your job is to follow the lead. And a feminine woman would have kept her mouth shut. She would have been polite to the officers, because especially as a black lioness with your black man, do you know how a lioness would have behaved in that situation? What would have been going through her mind in that situation as a black lioness with her black man that is encountering and having a police encounter? The first thing that we start doing is shutting our mouths, because we don't want anything that we say to be taken as an escalation, an excuse, or an opportunity for the police officer to escalate a situation. And the reason why we don't want the police to escalate the situation is because 9 times out of 10, if it gets deadly, my black man is gonna be the one that succumbs to and becomes deleted. As a black lioness, I know that. Part of a feminine way of protecting her man is to not increase the volatility of a situation. Do not make the situation more volatile than it needs to be. So a lioness in this situation is going to shut her mouth. She's not going to start asking the police a lot of questions. What's your badge number? What's your name? But she's not going to do that. She's going to come over there. She saw her man sign. She's going to come over there, be pleasant, be quiet, allow the officer to say what he's saying, sign the citation like your man did. Let the officer give you your copy. Let the officer go on his way. You go on your way with your man. If later on your man decides that you two should contest the ticket, then you follow that lead also, and you contest the ticket with him. That way, you're making sure not to escalate any situation. Thank you, Marie. So hubby says he got soft because he has me to think about. Yes, that is why the man didn't escalate it. Why? Because he's thinking of her. If the situation go left, she's in trouble. This is the protection of men. For any hyena that think that man wasn't trying to protect her because he didn't jump bad at the police officer, his calm demeanor was a layer of protection for the both of them. This is what male protection usually looks like. Thank you, Devon. Said boyfriend should have told her to sign a ticket, but he was quiet. He didn't take charge and check her. Waited until it escalated to block the officer. Dangerous. Okay. But it should have been enough for her. If she hadn't have been jumping in her masculine energy, it should have been enough for her to be signed it. Why a man gotta always verbally tell you what to do? This is blindness. This is why femininity is necessary, because a feminine woman reads the room. She don't always, especially when she's in the situation. He shouldn't necessarily, and sometimes he don't have time to turn around and tell you verbally what to do. Do what I do. Step where I step. When I move, you move. Just like that. Don't do nothing else. Do what I'm doing. Move how I'm moving right now. I'm moving calm right now. You be calm. I'm not escalating. You don't escalate. You may be getting nervous as a woman. Don't say nothing. I'm being calm for a reason. It ain't about I'm being a punk. I'm being calm so stuff don't go left. That's why I'm being calm. Because this person, this man, this officer has basically the jump on me. He got a weapon that he can pull at the ready. He has backup he can call. And he has the system behind him. If he say I was resisting arrest or I was being dangerous and he shot me, I'm just going to be shot. Thank you, JQ. So this is a prime example of when a man don't give a woman instruction, she will be headed towards self-destruction. But she jumped in her masculine energy. She jumped right into it. I'm going to take charge of the situation since my man didn't. Since my man didn't take charge of the situation, I'm going to take charge of the situation. Thank you once again, Norin. So we're going to head into a commercial break, and then we're going to come back, and we are going to finish this. So after these messages, we'll be right back.
See, wherever I go, stay ready, stay alert, always prepared for whatever. I see you. There's a seat right here. You can see from all angles. I'm ready. It's time to get down to business. Game time.
Hi, honey. I know you just made it to the library, but love of my life, my hero, my lion, you forgot your A game. So come home, take it, and then you can go and conquer the world, black man. Oh, and one more thing. Would it kill you to just wear some socks? I'm just saying. Love you. And can you bring home some milk?
Oh, man. She be killing me. Okay, I'll go back. I'm gonna get my A game. I'm not putting them socks on. I'm good. I'm fly. I'm fresh. I'm gonna stop at 7-Eleven and get some milk.
We back. So I hope y'all took a moment to get on y'all A game, A game, A game, our A game. This is what we need to be on, everybody. A game is the #1, the premier herbal solution for men's overall health. All right. If you are a man and you are looking to increase your vitality, your energy, your strength, and your libido, look no further than A game, okay? This does not have any artificial ingredients, any inactive ingredients, or anything that's going to make you crash. There's no caffeine. There's no sweeteners. There's nothing to give you a false sense of energy. A-Game is formulated with 21 herbs to give you a lasting natural boost to your energy. So potent that you only take it once every 72 hours. Every man in this chat that takes A-Game will be able to attest to just how awesome A-Game really is. So fellas, I don't know what you're waiting on. Ladies, I don't know what you're waiting on to get this for your men. If you want your overall health to be addressed in a simple, natural way, all you got to do is click the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com. And please don't forget your 10% discount using the code Kendra10 to have this box of awesomeness delivered to you ASAP, okay? And I owe y'all something because we got 427 wonderful likes. So please, let's get the next 400 people to like. So bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to So go ahead and hit the like button. And we are going to get back into it. Thank you, Grades for Cuts. Said, I was always told not to fight the pigs on the street. We fight them in the court. Think smart, not emotional. So we're going to go back to the video. Matter of fact, we should go back to the video right now because we're going to see this attitude play out. Here we go.
What's your name?
Officer Brooks.
What's your first name?
I'm not going to give you my first name.
Okay, and I don't have to sign this, right?
You do have to sign it.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, like I explained to him, if you don't sign it, then you're going to be physically taken to jail.
Gotcha.
So you refusing to sign?
What's your name?
Officer Brooks, 7452.
What's the badge number?
7452. Girl, 7452, girl. What is you punching in on the phone if you ain't listening? What you asking questions for if you not listening to the response and the answer? What? What did you do? What you punching in on your phone if you not copying down the information that is being provided to you that you are asking for? Officer Brooks, 7452. Okay? What's the problem? What's the major malfunction today? I'm glad he didn't say it again. I said it 2 times. And my name. Girl, if you don't knock it off, I'm not saying it no more because you're not listening. You're not even listening. I'm giving you information that you are requesting from me, and you're not even listening good enough to copy it down. So what you punching through your phone? You trying to close all them weird tabs you got open so you could get to what? So you could do what? This is how you know what? I know I'm supposed to be letting this play, but I just have to say this stuff to y'all. Thank you, Detorian. Thank you again, Firefox. Bills of attainder are unconstitutional, undermine due process of law. There is no corpus delicti. I wish I understood the legal jargon, but I don't. This the problem. She's trying to be smart. What's your name? What's your badge number? You're not even listening. You asking questions. Trying to close all them little weird tabs you got open. Trying to close your Instagram, your OnlyFans, your Twitter, and your Facebook. To get to which app? That's interesting. And I don't have to sign that, do I? He said, you actually, well, if you don't sign it, you're going to get arrested. This, again, not listening. No active listening. This is a trait of masculine females. They don't listen. You can be talking and saying an entire diatribe to them, a whole monologue to them, and they'll be sitting there looking like they listening. Don't nobody be home, okay? Vacant, you know, little birds tweeting in there. All that's going through their head right now as you talk. How they gonna talk back? This all she wanna do. Because in black female hyena culture, it's cute to be doing the most. It's cute to be extra. It's cute to be in a black man's face like you got smoke for him, like you running something. It's cute. Somehow this is cute to y'all. Somehow this is something that y'all want to do. Thank you, Chano said this is the pure personification of black woman attitude to the black man. This is why black woman is getting rejected in mass. Thank you, Miss Lou Casely. And you get mad when men say y'all don't know how to be quiet. This is an opportunity to be quiet. But you want to be extra. But you thought that made you look smart. You thought that made you look competent. She was stepping on her man's toes, and she trying to step on this officer's toes and emasculate both of them in one stroke. She gonna be the man in the situation.
I gave it to you 2 times, man.
Okay, I'm asking again.
And I'm not giving it to you.
Okay.
Are you gonna sign it?
No, because I want your badge number.
That's fine.
She said no like 3 times. She said no to it like 3 times.
You want to put your hands behind your back for me?
No, she got.
Hey, listen, my man. She said she's not signing it. Put your hands behind your back.
Sir,
ma'am,
you're hurting me.
Okay. I'm asking you to put your hands behind your back.
Sir?
Put your hands behind your back.
Sir.
Man, put your hand behind your back.
Come on.
I need you to back up.
I'm just saying, like,
I need you to back up.
You don't need to touch her like that.
She's not putting her hands behind her back.
I'm asking a question. All I'm doing is
put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing it.
Sir,
put your hands behind your back.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay? I'm letting you know. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm going to forcibly put your hands behind your back.
But, sir, Mr. Brooks, is this really necessary? Mr. Brooks.
Hold on.
Hey, listen, my man.
She needs to put her. Let her put her phone.
Okay, you can put your phone down.
Okay, Mr. Brooks.
Come on, sir.
Hold on. Put your hands behind your back.
I'm not saying that I'm refusing to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
You don't have an option now.
But I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
No, I'm not here to play games with you.
I know, but I'm going to sign.
Put your hands behind your back.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to sign.
Put your hands behind your back.
Sir, you don't have to.
Resisting.
You do not have to.
I'm asking you, why am I putting my hands behind my back?
You're under arrest.
I'm going to sign the ticket, but why am I under arrest?
Sir, she's about to sign the ticket.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
She's about to sign the ticket.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
Sign the ticket. That's all it is.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
That's all she to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing.
I'm going to sign the ticket now, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket.
You don't have that option.
Now, we're watching a situation escalate. They didn't need to go there. Not necessary. Not necessary at all. Thank you all for... Thank you, Just My 4 Cents. That she was upset because the officer called her over. She was expecting a man to get the ticket while she get nothing. No equal rights. Raven, thank you, Raven. So they stay yelping through the plane, sis. They do. They do. They think it's cute to do that. Thank you, Kinshasa. Say, hey, Sister Kendra, I miss you, but never miss my dose of knowledge you give to me. I've been working like crazy. This issue was in my hometown, ATL. And I know I be missing y'all too. And I don't see y'all. I be missing y'all. Y'all know that. But thank you, Kinshasa. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And thank you again, Firefox. Said Google RV publications under failure to identify and driver's license fraud. Thank you again, just my 4 cents. Said, please, Mr. Brooks, I'm gonna sign a ticket. And no. Thank you, Datorian said she thought the cop was a simp. She did. I'm gonna sign a ticket now. No. Actually, no. Now, because now you're actively under arrest. So whatever conditions that we were supposed to meet to prevent your arrest, we're not doing it no more. Listen. Thank you, Kamara. Says she only got strength for black men, but none for massa. Here's the thing. You got to be able to see stuff for what it is. You got to be able to see stuff for what it is. This officer is actually writing you a ticket for being in the park. It's petty. So you know he gonna keep up on his word because he already was being petty. So just sign the ticket. But you want to be extra because you think you got the power. But you don't got the power. This is not where you have power, ma'am. Thank you, Brian. Said funny how she remembered his name. Remember his name, Mr. Brooks. Not even Officer Brooks, Mr. Brooks. It's officer right now. Here's the other thing when we breaking stuff down. Thank you, D. So I got exactly what you're talking about. Disobedience to order and rules. She didn't want to sign a ticket till she received the first name of the officer. However, officer still petty. Here's the other deal. Look at the life that you leading, beloved. It's the entitlement for me. This woman got to be in her 30s. She ain't no younger than 35. I'd be surprised if she was. You were not in the comfort of a hotel room, not in the comfort of this man's home, not even in the comfort of your home. You were out of town in ATL in what appeared to be a hood park. We know a hood park when we see one because of the playground paraphernalia in the back and all of the dirty cigarette butts and trash on the ground. You were not being treated like a lioness. You were being treated like the masculine chick that you are, the hyena that you are. He didn't even bother to take you nowhere, to pay, to where you could be comfortable, to where y'all could kick off your shoes, to nothing. He had you in the passenger side of a car with the door open, with the radio going, playing DJ Khaled. Okay. Talking about some we the best music in the background when the cops pulled up. You had him up against the car. Let's just see what we seeing here. With a cheap bodycon dress on without the body, some little sandals, and not even so much as a nice wig or a braid style or a hairstyle. You got on this little braided scarf or whatever with your little lipstick on, and it was fading. And you thought that you had entitlement and power with your little wood, nondescript beauty supply store $1.99 pair of earrings on. You was already down bad. You was already down bad. You down bad. Because that's not a scenario that a 30-some-year-old woman should even be in. We talking about being 16, 17 with that kind of scenario. That's what we talking about. That would have been more acceptable. You 17, you 18. Your little high school boyfriend got his little car. Y'all at the park. Okay. You about 37. And you're not sitting across the table at a nice restaurant. You're not sitting in a nice hotel room. You could have even got a 3-star hotel, sis. Not even a 4 or 5. Just a good Best Western. You wasn't even in a clean Best Western, beloved. I know I'm missing super chats. But I got to get y'all to actually see what you seeing. You wasn't even in a situation that a grown woman was supposed to be in. And you thought to be indignant, you thought to be entitled, girl. Let me get to some of these super chats. Hopefully I have not skipped too many. D, I thanked you. Okay, I read that one. Thank you to Mayonnaise. She confused the officer with a manager at Olive Garden. Right. Thank you, good girl. Thank you again. So I just want to contribute for the content that you cooked, roasted, grilled, and simmered on that Lori video. A1 says, thank you so much. Thank you again, D. Do you think this was a flued out scenario? Ain't no ticket been spent, not even a Spirit ticket. Thank you, Marie. Says she out in the middle of the night in a park. Right, down bad. Thank you again, Micah. Said, did she ever say, I'm sorry, I apologize, Mr. Brooke, for being defiant? Nope, by the way, the ticket's going to cost more than the hotel room. And thank you, Rock. Said that was a rental and she was probably working. That's the Hood Pro outfit. We going back, y'all.
Why don't I have the option, Mr.
I gave you 2 options.
She was just asking for your badge number at
I'm asking
first.
for your badge number, and I wasn't clear on why you weren't giving me your badge number.
Sir, you do not have to hold her like that.
Oh my God!
Sir, you do not have to drag her like
Mr.
that.
Brooks, I'm telling you that I'm going.
Sir,
I'm going to sign.
you do not have to grab her like that.
I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. Why am I being arrested? Can you please tell me why I'm being arrested? Oh my God! I'm so scared. My God, please, in the name of Jesus, please, God, in the name. Why am I being arrested, Mr. Brooks? I'm going to sign the ticket. Mr. Brooks, why am I being arrested? Why am I being arrested? I don't understand why I'm being arrested. Can you please tell me why I'm being arrested?
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Tell me why I'm being arrested. I have the right. I have the right to know. Oh my God.
Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting.
Do not
Stop
tase
resisting.
What are you tasing her for?
I didn't tase it.
Why are you pulling it out?
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Come on, sir. This is unnecessary. What are you doing? This is over this whole park.
Why am I being arrested?
Just put your hands behind your back.
I don't understand why I'm being arrested. That's why I'm not putting my hands behind my back. You have not given me a reason. So why am I getting? I'm not. You didn't have to told me my rights. You told me why I'm being arrested. That's exactly why I'm not putting my hands behind my back.
I gotta come back to you. Now you want to call on the Lord. Now you want to do things and cry in the name of Jesus. But you wasn't calling on Jesus when you was being defiant and when you was asking for badge numbers and when you was asking for names. I did not hear Jesus' name not one time come out her mouth while all of that was going on. Now that he pulled a jiu-jitsu move to get her on the ground because she was still resisting. Thank you, Ruminant said, leave Jesus out of this. You could have called Yeshua early and avoided all of this. Right. Or been in a positive, godly spirit and you wouldn't have been out there. Head scarf done came off Okay? Rolling around on the ground. Out here looking like Caillou. About the head. Thank you. Thank you again, Miss Raven says she need to knock the theatrics all the way off. She do. And thank you, 39 Dina. Thank you again, good girl. So Hyena swear they the most unprotected. But they stay defiant. She not being arrested for the ticket. Now she being arrested. And in this manner, where he's increasingly becoming more physical with her, because this is the second part of her failure to submit. She didn't submit to her man's lead, which would have saved her all of this drama. Thank you, Chano, say cue hyena sounds for her screams. Yeah, which would have saved her from the drama. She could have been spared even more drama had she simply went ahead and put her hands behind her back. Hey, Chicago Rilla, and thank you, said if she was at the Bud Billiken, she wouldn't have went through all that. You silly. Thank you, Will Scott. Said thank you, greatness. And Officer Brooks went, boop, knock it off. Yeah, if she had been at the sideline of the Bud Billiken parade, she'd have been all right. But no, she down in Atlanta after hours in a park getting felt up with a headscarf on. Thank you, Marcus. Said don't fight, don't fuss, don't flee. Nearly Fuller Jr. She could have got that man killed. And that's the other part that nobody's talking about. Thank you, Hollow Tribe. Said calling a demon for help with a headscarf on. Can't make this up. Thank you again, Marisa. Hubby would have helped arrest me if it was me. She still was resisting. She still wasn't being compliant. All of that getting on the ground, all of that screaming and yelling, all of that talking, and she still wasn't compliant. She still didn't comply. She was still being defiant. She was still not listening. She was still not submitting to the order of the authority. She still wasn't doing it. So even more drama. Even more drama. Now you on the ground crying and looking crazy out here in these streets. And then she wants sympathy from the black community. We supposed to get up in arms about how the police officer physically manhandled her. But she showed up with masculine energy. So you getting answered with masculine energy. Because had she been a man, the police officer's response wouldn't have been no different, and it might have been more brutal. Thank you, Sean. Said men need to show their daughters that whole video as an example of things that can happen when you don't remain feminine and a lioness. Exactly. She could have got that man deleted. Thank you, Will. So typical hyena is always talking about what they not gonna do. Exactly. The I'm not gonna do this, what we not gonna do energy. Y'all y'all get people deleted with the what you not gonna do. They specialize in getting black men dealt with, deleted, or in jail behind their stupid actions. Reacting emotionally to stuff that you shouldn't be reacting to. Thank you, Mr. Shane Bishop said this officer performed a service. This is a woman that has never been checked. Officer Brooks punked her and put her in place without hurting her. And he wasn't really hurting her. She was doing all that screaming because she's pulling the woman card. Thank you, H. Lewis. She's pulling the woman card. Now, because he's supposed to back up when he hear that noise. Because every man's supposed to back up when she do that. Thank you, Child of Light, said folk are matching energy these days. Better cut that crap out. Yeah. Energy get matched. You came through with masculine energy. So this is what you're going to get. This is what you should not do. This is how not to be feminine. I've dealt with the cops before, and I've never gotten treated like that. Because I'm in my feminine energy. Even when I had cops of a particular color pointing guns in my face. This was right after 9/11. So I'm running around looking like this. So they was ready. And it never went beyond. They was trying to get it to go beyond. But I'm not extra. So I just became very silent. I spoke when I was spoken to. I answered the questions that I was asked. And so they didn't have a reason. This was before body cams and all that, really. There was no reason for them to escalate. They wanted to. They tried to. I've been pulled over for a ticket before. I'm not going to forget it. I was on I-90, burning rubber in a 2001 Dodge Neon. This had to be in 2013 or 14. I'm burning rubber. I'm shifting gears, baby. Police pulled right in, right behind me. I'm booking it down the highway. You understand? I pull over. It was a black guy. He said, "What you doing?" Running about 95 miles per hour down I-90 in a Neon. "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going home." He said, "You gonna get there or you gonna die trying." Sister, don't do that. He said, "No, I'm gonna give you this ticket, but don't do that." I said, "Okay." Not extra. "Why you give me a ticket?" "I know I'm speeding. I know exactly how fast I'm going." I didn't even give him no excuses. I just smiled at him. Okay. He smiled back. He went, nigga. I gave him a license. You know how it go. And he come back with the ticket. He said, "You can pay the ticket online." I said, "Okay." He said, "Now be careful now." I said, "Okay." My husband was not too pleased, but okay. Thank you, Cool Gents, and much love, Kendra. Wait till martial law come into play. They won't stand a chance in days to come. Thank you, Black Thoughts. I did show my daughter that video. Good. Thank you, Tony Snow, said super petty on the sound bite. But young women, this is what you don't do. This is how to get into trouble, trying to be masculine, trying to be extra, trying to exercise rights you don't have at that moment. Be feminine. She could have spared herself. She could have got that man deleted. Because we're pretty much at the end of the show. So I'm not going to keep showing the video. I may go ahead and put it, if you haven't seen it, put the link in the description box so you guys can see it, watch it all the way through, because it's like 40 minutes long. But she gets to crying. She doesn't stop crying. He gets to put her in the back seat. She finally get in the back seat. And her man is like verbally defending her. He's like, y'all didn't have to do that. You know, y'all could have let us go. Things of that nature. Now, toxic hyenas would think that the way that he approached the situation was too soft. But no, I don't think it was too soft at all. He knows she wasn't going to listen. She wasn't listening to the officer. Give her instructions for what? She received instructions that she ignored. Very clear instructions. What if the officer had been even more belligerent? What if he had been trigger happy? What if he had decided to turn his body cam off? What if he had decided to eliminate 2 people that night? What if that man had really jumped bad in that police officer's face and got dealt with? trying to protect her. Told y'all protecting these hyenas is dangerous. If I was that man, I wouldn't have did more than what he did either. You're not going to get me shot tonight. Because they shoots black men and don't nobody care about it. They'll march for a minute, if that, and then people go on about their business. Nobody cares about the lives of black men. I'm sorry, but she doesn't get any sympathy from me today. She could have kept her feminine frame, and she wouldn't have got into that situation. There would have been no video to go viral. Thank you again, Norman. Thank you again, Black Thoughts. So he a simp, though, was his job to check her. Thank you, Drew, said all over $30, $40 ticket. Thank you, Pharaoh, since he was a black officer, she didn't have to take him seriously. It changed when she kept saying, why? Exactly. Thank you, King Adams, said spot on as usual. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. But I would like to take a moment to draw our attention to Black Lives Matter. They would have been the group that people would have wanted to march, but they wouldn't have cared. That group. So we have a petition against them since they lie about Black lives mattering and the lives of black men in particular mattering. So in order to hold them accountable for not only their lies and misrepresentation, but also the theft of more than $90 million that they got in donated funds starting in 2020, please go ahead and sign the petition. The more signatures that we get, the more that we have the leverage to actually bring something to Black Lives Matter as an organization and hold them accountable. So it really depends on how much support that we can get for the petition in the first place. So I would definitely humbly ask everyone to sign, to share, and to contribute to the petition. The link is going to be in the chat, and it is also in the description box as well, okay? And I want to thank everyone for their generous contributions. I want to thank everyone for their likes. I want to thank everyone for their participation. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.